Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Echo Printing and Dyeing. We're going to be focusing on the echo dyeing, and we are going to be doing sun dyeing, S-U-N dyeing. We're going to be using jars, we're going to be using just plant matter that's readily available, stuff that's readily available, and hopefully it is far more accessible than what I showed before, where there was pots and steaming and timing and all that kind of stuff. This is my introduction to echo dyeing. When I first started any kind of dyeing at all, I was working with somebody and they said, oh yeah, you can just do this and do that and put it in a jar and just put it out in the sun and you'll get color. And well, we know me, and obsessed. So recall these. This was all of the steamed stuff that I had. And we're going to be using some of that plant matter, again, in a different way. And we are going to be doing sage sattining when we eventually pull it out. So materials. You need some cotton fabric. You need some linen fabric. You need some wool fabric. You could probably also use silk. Any one of those three need to be 100%. I am using 100% cotton. It is readily available in sheets from the thrift store. It needs to be 100% cotton, no tag, no buy. I need some alum. It's powdered alum. This is used for pickling and is readily available in your grocery store in the spice area. We need a spoon. This is 1 teaspoon. That's going to go with that. We need some masking tape to do some labeling because we need dates. We need plant matter, and we also need material because we need to keep records. We meaning me. We need some empty jars. I have a lot of Ovaltine jars. You will notice this X. This X is the inside this establishment sign that this is not food safe. Do not be putting anything in here because it's used for dye matter. I also store it in the non-food jar area. I actually store it well out of harm's way. So we need a bunch of jars. We need, oh, is that a bug? No, it's a little bit of stuff. We need a measuring cup. We don't really need a measuring cup, but I'm using it because somebody somewhere is going to go, well, how much water was that? And this is just going to give us the opportunity to answer that question. We need some secateurs or some kind of scissors or some kind of choppy chop. And we need plant matter, which is all over here. I have, well, let's bring this one over. I still don't have a an alpine basket yet, but we have in here, I have some more beech. I have some sage, that's sage. I have some roses in there. Got some more geraniums. Got some more marigolds. And these are blooms that are going off. You don't need them perfect. There's beech, that goes over there. And also I was out foraging. So foraging, I got the beech. And also foraging bouquet that was on its way out, and this is baby's breath, and you will note that it is dyed blue. So this is not going to be a natural dye. What I'm going to see if I can do is suck out the blue dye and make some blue fabric out of it. So this will be a test experiment, and this will be the only non-natural dye because this has already been dyed. I think you understand. So let us begin at the beginning. Ooh, that's a spider already. Well, there we are. Not anymore. Sorry if that hurt anybody's feelings. Okay, so step one, we need some fabric. This is the fabric that I have been using for this. I have a large sheet, and I'm going to do 14-inch squares because I need the fabric to fit in one of these jars. And also this is 14 inches wide in its entirety. And so I just kind of want to have something that ish kind of sort of matches. Gotta find the end. Where's the end? Here's the end. Okay. Step one, 14 inches. There we are. Because cotton is cotton, it will rip really beautifully. The reason why we're not looking for any kind of polyester or polyester, rayon, acetate, any of those. They are, they're petrochemicals, and they do not take dyeing in this method. So it's going to be a crushing blow if you use any of those because the stuff won't dye. And we do not want crushing blows. There'll be enough crushing blows as it is. And I am not going to skip through anything. I am just going to do all of this real time the way I would do it normally, so that you can have a sense of how long it takes, how easy and or difficult it is, and kind of what it looks like. A very long time ago, someone asked me what sun dyeing was in the comments, and I never answered. She may not still be watching, but if she is, this is going to be the full Monty. Okay, so this is 14 inches wide, and I want a bunch of squares. And that's going to be an edge. It'll be fine. There's one. Two. There's probably a faster way to do this. Like fold them all up and then cut them all. But you know what? Are we in any rush? Why don't we take some time and enjoy the process? And I am here to tell you that I do love a good bench experiment. And while this is not necessarily an experiment, it's still a bench. It's bench chemistry. You're going to get some threads. So how many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need at least one more. Okay, and we have some spare. I could make that into one last one. And if I need it, I'll just use the whole thing. So there we are. So step one, got some material. How do we want to do this? So the next part of this is going to go kind of quickly. So what do we want to do? So first thing we want to do is I need to put water in this and alum in this. Alum is going to be the thing that allows the dye, as it leaches out into the water, to then attach to this fabric. And if at any point I go off script, I absolutely know K3N and or Cindy at Studio Lou will pop into the comments and say, yes, and. She has no idea what she's talking about. So what I want to do, zippity-o, look at the opening. Teaspoon? Sure. Teaspoon, and then I'm going to get 2 cups, which is half a liter, 500 milliliters. See how much water that is. And if you want to put the water a little warm, that will help, heat will help the alum dissolve. So, water. Here we are. So, 2 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of alum. Now we can do a couple of things. Now, let's start with the geraniums. So, I can just plunk the geraniums in, bundle up the fabric, and put that on top, and Bob's your uncle, so as it were, so to speak. The dye will leach out, get into the water, and then absorb into the material. Another way you can do it is you can put your fabric out, and you can put some of your stuff in the fabric. I'm going to put some in the water, and then just some in the fabric. There. Use as your bin, and I am just going to, I'm going to do it that way. I just want to see if the contact is going to have any more of an effect. So that's just a bundle up like that, and you will note another X on all sides. There we are. And what did I say that was? Need my masking tape. Pencil? Sure. So this is 100% cotton. What's the plant matter? Geranium. And today is June something. Hang on. It's got a 2 in it. Oh, 29. Woo, last day for 2s. Okay. 1 done. That is literally the process that I'm going to do over and over again for 4 more jars, different plant matter. And the next step is I am going to find the sunniest spot that I can, and I'm going to leave that, all of these jars in the sun for, let's say, a week. I will periodically check on them. I might turn them upside down just to let the water move around a bit. When I'm done, you absolutely know that I will be doing this on, I will be doing the reveal on camera. But that's all it is. The sun dyeing is a solar, slow way of doing the steaming. So steaming is using electricity. It is very fast. It takes about an hour and a half. There's a lot more fussing and faffing around. This is the identical process, but it's slow. It's the only difference. And you are using much lower heat. And the lower the heat you have, the longer you need it to rest. So, and as you check on it, you should be able to start to see the dye come out. So we'll leave that one over there. One done. Next one up. There, plonk. Okay, and this time we'll put you on pause. I'm back. And so you understand that that last one was 2 cups. This time I just eyeballed it. I just want to see about, did I get it about right? Virtually identical. So look at us go. Look at us go. Okay, so what's my next plant? My next plant, oh, I want to do all of them. So let's do this one because I was super hot for this. This is the beech. And I was so lucky to find one branch that had blown down. It's a little bit of rain. Okay, so here we are. Next one. And I am just going to do a small chop because I love those specks that I got last time. And I just want to see if I can reproduce it this way. Oops. One of the things that I love so much about eco dyeing and eco printing is you never get a repeat. You can generically repeat things, like once you know that, well, this plant matter is going to give me XYZ, you can get that, but then the actual print, what the print looks like, will be different. So I'm putting, this is going to be on the inside, and then this is going to be on the outside. And if it moves during the process, that's totally fine. The movement is going to give those unique splodges and bits and all of that creative stuff that we really love to have. Okay, and what do I want to do? I don't know. I'm going to roll it. Yeah. Splodge that in there. Where's my stick? Did I show you that? Another stick that's got an X on it? There. There we are. This slow process also allows you to observe, you know, like even if you were, well, you can just leave it be if you want. But you can also just check on it every day to sort of see what it's doing. I want a pen, not a pencil. What I'm fussing around for. Just to see how it progresses. You'll see probably the speed of some dyes going faster than others. I'm sitting on something here. Here. What did I say that was? So, 100% cotton. Beech. What I say today was June 20th, 9th. There. That's 2. Here. Okay. Next up. Oops. Be right back. I don't know that I did that for the other two, but you can for sure stir the alum in the water. I don't know how much of a difference that will make, but it often makes people happy. So you know what? You stir away. Okay, I want to do the blue right now because I want to see. My guess is that as soon as this hits that, we will get blue water. I'm going to have bits all over. Oops. Well, this is trickier than it looks. I'm deliberately going after the spots that look the darkest to me. That can be good enough? Sure. I'm just gonna put this outside. One of the things that you, I think, need to do is when you're doing plant matter stuff is creepy crawly management. And that is, if the stuff is in the house, don't let it sit around for 2 days before using it. Just you can store it somewhere outside, bring it in, chop her up, use it, and then get rid of, put the bits left over back outside. Ask me how I know that. Wisdom is often a hard one. Okay, well, that's a technical term, big mess. But I don't know that it matters. To be neat. Exactly. Sure, spread it around. Oops. I regularly pull all of the stuff and I get it so central, and then my edges never get a good color. So I'm trying to be more mindful of spreading stuff out. And I'm gonna do this another roll just to get that coverage, I guess. There we are. All right. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna do this to see if we can see anything that happens once we just plunk it in. Wow, did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? Called it. That is blue almost immediately. That's going to be amazing. And again, that is not the color of baby's breath. That is man-dyed baby's breath to be blue. But I just wanted to get some of that dye. Okay. 100% cotton. Blue dyed baby's breath. The June 29, 25. There. Okay. She's going blue. She is going blue. Okay, next one. Oh, I've only got 2 little doobies. Ooh. We need some goo going on that. That's a mess. Marigold. July 1st, 2017. Wow. Clearly, I've been doing this for a while. What did I say that was? Marigold. So let's do the marigold. Sure, why not? Oops. Just fun. Something just moved. Well, that's never ideal. Okay, another one. Okay, I should be, oh, look at that, it's a marigold seed. I forgot to put you on pause, didn't I? Yes, I did. If you wanted to be really sciencey about it, you could weigh the amount of plant matter that you are putting in each jar. That starts to feel like a little bit of work. It's doable though. And if you really want to have some great notes, you can go ahead and do that. Get ahead. Get ahead. Oh, so those are my roses, but I want marigolds. It's just an extra beech leaf. There. Okay. So the way I do this is just, well, pop. Don't know if this holds any color or not, but I'm just putting it in the bin anyways. Some plants are bark only, some plants are leaves only, some plants are blooms only, some are a combination. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. And there isn't anything precious at all about this prepping. This is just taking it apart. If you have a neighbor you know that does a lot of planting and they're absolutely on board for doing all of their things, you can absolutely say, hey, can I have some of your trash when you're done? Not trash, you know what I mean. Just putting that in my jar because I think I have way too much here. That's okay. Ooh. Lost a bit. I have a lot of confidence that this is going to be screaming yellow because of what happened with the steaming. Ooh, we want to float. See how fast this has gone yellow already. That's fast. Okay, hat on. %100% cotton. Marigold. June 29. Okay. This one is going to be sage. Okay. So this, previously on house, the sage used to be, oh, do I want to do the big one with sage? Sure. Yeah, let's do that. What was I saying? With the sage previously, we were using the blossoms mostly. And that was giving a very purple. And because we are using the leaves, different part of the plant, I have every expectation, whoops, of a green. And we will do this because this is the color that I want. After the dyeing process, it will be a kind of a light, soft green. And if we bathe it, basically dunk it in rusty water, it will turn the sage color that we know, that dark green. And so I want a different color. And so that's what I'm going to do. I wish you could smell. Oh, smell. Oh, it smells so good. Ouch. Careful you don't cut yourself. Information for both you and me. I don't think you need to do the chopping. I think the leaching will happen naturally, but I wanted to just see what happens because it is giving more access to the inside where I think there is color. It will at least run, leach at a different rate, which may make the color different in some. It will make the color darker potentially, or more spotty, more sort of flecky like I showed before. This really isn't such a curvy one, but I'm just bundling this all up. Here we are. Oh, that smells so good. Here we are. This is asking Mother Nature to come with and do some of the heavy lifting for you. 100% cotton. Sage. June 29, 25. Okay, and I have the roses to go, and I've run out of pots. Well, that is not ideal, so hang on. I'll be right back. Thank God I eat a lot of pickles. Alrighty, last one. Another teaspoon, which is almost at the end of this, which is not to worry because I do have another. That's good enough. Another whole can of this. I will be right back. Okey-doke. So this is the cap, and it's got a little bit of rust in it, and I wondered just randomly if we can have a look at the sage right here. No. That'll be another way of, oops, introducing iron. Or I wonder if you could just put the like a rusty screw in there and just let her go. Probably could. What do I want to do? Roses. Roses. Okay, so let's do a big old dump out. Here we are. So we've got 3 that are not from my garden. These are all from my garden. These are from the same bouquet that is no more. Now then, I wonder if I can get at it. Do you see what I'm talking about? I don't think so. There's all these little bugs. So this bit here, remember I was showing you before that there were little flecks of dark? That's where they came from. This is a better piece. It's this that comes from the top. That creates a much darker color. These bits. This is going to create, you know what, just put it all in. You can experiment with the amount of plant matter that you have. I have probably got more than what is required. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. And I'm engineering the effect, if that's a thing. And this is going to dye much redder, I think. based on our last experiments, and this is going to dye a little bit more yellow. So red and yellow is what? Peach? Orange? Depends on how much of each, I guess. Yeah, okay. Good enough. There. Any more bugs around? Possibly not. They're all in here, I think. Alrighty. Last one in the pool. A lot of air in that. That's why it's floating. It will eventually sink. There's that. %100% cotton. Roses, wow. Roses, date, June 29, 25. I should probably do 1 teaspoon of alum as well, because you won't know that otherwise. You wouldn't be able to figure it out. Okay, so that's, oh, I don't have it anymore. Oh, yes, I do. Hang on. Hang on. Let's see how fast. So we've only been at this about 45 minutes. So that's the level of yellow that's already leaching out of the marigolds. So marigold is a good one. Sage, you can't really see anything yet. I'm going to say no. 1 teaspoon of alum. This is the blue dye, and you can see that just roaring right out, which we expected, the baby's breath. And what do we have over here? We have a beech. Nothing's going yet, nothing doing. What was the first one we did? Oh, geranium. Can't see any red yet. Ah, alum. There. Okay, so we've got 6 jars. Quick recap. You need a jar, need some alum, teaspoon of alum, need some 100% cotton. If it's not 100%, it doesn't have a label, don't get it. You need some jars. You need about 2 cups-ish of water, about a jar about this size if you don't want to measure. Some masking tape to label, and then you need some sunshine. So if you're having a heat, you know that you're going to be having a heat wave, and that's going to be an incoming. This might be a fun way to be able to have a reason to enjoy the heat. Anyways, I will be back on probably, like I say, week 10 days earlier if this all sort of comes to fruition earlier and I want to stop. At some point, the fabric will be saturated, and or the so the plants sort of leach the dye into the water, and there is an exhaustion point where there's no more capability of that happening, and then there is the uptake of the dye to the fabric, and that also has a saturation point. So if it's not changing anymore and it's just a vibrant color, or you just want to stop, that's when you stop. It's a kind of a feely thing. Once we get into this whole eco printing and dyeing, there's rules, but then there's feelings. Anyways, that is all for now. Hope you enjoyed. Give it a try. Give it a try with one jar and one plant. And also check the internet if you're using some kind of weird plant. Check to make sure that it is safe for this kind of work. So I've been using sage, roses, beech, geranium, marigold. Those are common groups of plants that will be absolutely safe to use. Anyways, you can't miss me if I don't go away. I don't get this out in the sun unless I go away. So please take very good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Always love you lots, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.